Good morning, dog. Good morning, Ravens fans. What it do? Early morning, man. You know I'm always out here about to give you guys a quick reaction on that Ravens game. What a win, 36-35 over the over the fucking Chiefs. Fuck those motherfuckers. Tired of people always talking about Mahomes this, Mahomes that. Last night, we showed the whole world he's human. In case he can get beat. We got 15 dudes on IR, and we beat these dudes. Ravens football, man. Whenever people count us out, whenever it looks like we're down and out, we play our best football. We always rise to the occasion in games like that. That's why in a way, I was happy we lost week one, because we probably would have won this game like we won week one. The guys were hungry. The Ravens just kept playing. They kept playing. We made a lot of mistakes, but we just kept playing. That was the difference in the game. The guys kept playing. You know what I'm saying? We played 2 great games first 2 weeks. People gonna realize the Raiders are a good ball club. They just went to Pittsburgh and won. We would have won that game in Baltimore, but we were on the road and we lost. Barely lost. So 2 weeks, 2 outstanding football games, great coaching by the staff to have these guys compete in both of those ball games. Because the Raiders are gonna be a hell of a ball club. I think that's a playoff team this year. And while we lost, they're gonna beat a lot of good teams really bad this year. We should have won that ball game. So that gives me a lot of hope coming to this Chiefs game. I said it on my preview. I was like, I won't be surprised if we beat the Chiefs this year, unlike in previous years. So I'm really proud of the team. I'm really proud of Lamar. We had 2 early INTs. The second one was horrible. Probably the worst pick he's thrown maybe since the playoff game against the Bills. And that pick 6 against the Bills, that's another one. That was a horrible decision, horrible throw. Should have never thrown it. You can't throw the ball in the middle late, bro, Lamar. He will learn that. He will learn it. Over the middle, you can't throw lob passes. It's either your guy get it or no one get it. But you cannot lob the ball over the middle of the field, Lamar. He will learn that. He will learn that. I feel like he learned a lot last night too. Like, people gotta realize Lamar's still a young quarterback, man. Like, Lamar has spoiled so many Ravens fans because he's been so successful early. He's been such a winning quarterback early, unanimous NFL MVP. Like, there's a lot of things Lamar's still getting better at. Like, he's gonna get better at. Like, the more playing time you get, there's a lot of things quarterbacks, the intricacy of the position that quarterbacks get better at with the more they play. Lamar is going to be one of those dudes that's going to get so much better. But, like, let's say after this end of this year, the way he's playing now, he's light years better than he was at the end of last year. In terms of reading coverages, that second pick was the one time I felt he got fooled. Lamar hasn't gotten fooled much since his rookie year in coverages. He hasn't gotten fooled much. Most of his interceptions hasn't been because of bad read. All right? So you got to realize that most of it in Lamar INTs in his career, maybe his first 3 years were results of bad reads, but most of his last few years have not because of bad reads. He just hasn't made good throws in some of those INTs. So, but yesterday, that was a bad decision, a bad read. Should have never thrown that ball in the middle. If anything, when you play a guy like the Honey Badger, just like Ed Reed, whenever a key down, you might want to throw at them. Throw the guy they covering, because the chances are they're going to freelance. They're going to cover everyone but their guy. And that's what Honey Badger did on that play. It was an outstanding football play. It was just an all-pro safety baiting an MVP quarterback. It was good to see, bro. Like, as a nigga who love X's and O's, who love defensive plays, who love defense just as much as offense, maybe more so than their offense, that was outstanding play by the Honey Badger. You got to give him credit. As a Ravens fan, we saw Ed Reed did that to a lot of quarterbacks, man. Tricked them. Lamar really thought that was a zero blitz, cover zero. Mind you, early in the game, I think about the second play, his first throw to Hollywood should have been a touchdown. Because why? The Chiefs got caught in cover zero. Lamar and the Ravens caught the perfect play call, but Lamar overthrew Hollywood Brown. So Lamar, in his mind, I'm sure he must have said to his mind, the only reason why he overthrew Hollywood Brown in that play, he threw late. On those kind of plays, you got to anticipate the cover zero. And you got to get it over the linebackers as soon as possible. And over before the safeties can come back over the top and recover. On that first play, Lamar hold on to the ball too long. He tried to see the throw open before he threw it. And it cost us a touchdown. On the second throw, on the INT throw, to Andy Badger, the second INT, was him trying to make up for that late, the fact that he pulled the trigger late on that deep pass. So he tried to throw the ball. As soon as he thought he saw cover zero, he let it fly. And if you notice, he didn't even put a zip on the ball because he really thought there would be nobody over there. But man, did they fool them. So you gotta give defense. Sometimes defense win, bro. Like that's one thing about professional football. Defensive coaches are great, man. These defenses are good too. They get paid too. They're gonna win. They're gonna win some matchups. They're gonna win some plays. So that was one time Lamar absolutely horrible, and I didn't even bother reading the tweets and the comments because I know at that point they weren't good, and rightfully so. You throw a INT pick, wasn't his fault. You know what I'm saying? His receiver fell coming out of his break. In those plays, that was the perfect play call for the Ravens. They actually targeted him that play. That's what you're supposed to do. The key down, go at the Honey Badger. Because the chances are that's the only way you're going to keep him from freestyling, from wrecking the game. You got to go at him. You got to go at him. Or he's going to wreck the game freestyling. That's what Ed Reed does. Later on in Ed Reed's career, teams figured out you throw it where he's at. You throw it where he's at. And up to that point, Ed kind of became a thorn on the Ravens' backs just as much as he was on opponents' backs, since he cost us a lot. Ed was the reason why we gave up a lot of bombs in the latter part of his career when he wasn't making those wild plays by freestyling. He was killing us because teams were game planning specifically because they know Ed is not going to be where he's supposed to be. So in a way, that shit helped the Chiefs and hurt them, the Chiefs, last night, because there were a couple of plays where he was out of position on the Badger because he was freestyling. Now he almost had a third pick. Same play where he baited Lamar to throw a ball late in the middle. You can't do that, Lamar. Like he's going to learn. You cannot throw the ball late in the middle in the NFL football. If you're going to do it, you got to put it somewhere where only your guy can get it. If the defender happens to get their hand on it, it's a bad throw. Period. Because those sit passes sometimes they're just as dangerous as a fumble. Because you get a ball tip in the end zone, they usually turn into INTs. They usually get picked off. A ball gets tipped in the end zone, it's usually an INT. We had one in week 1 against the Raiders. A tip pass, we end up picking off at a crucial time in the game when they look like they're about to end the game at the 1-yard line. So I'm trying to tell you guys, bro, like yesterday's win was super impressive, extremely impressive. We had so many things going against us this early part of the season, but those are the type of wins that really made me a Ravens fan, bro. Not the ones when we blow teams out 40-0, 50-0. That's not Ravens football, bro. Ravens football is this kind of wins, bro. Wins that many people don't see us getting, but maybe except for the true Raven fans who actually look at week 1 loss in Oakland and be like, that's actually a good thing for us. Because we've come to the Chiefs matchups in previous years coming off massive W's where we'll beat the fuck out of wherever team we played before that. We beat the fuck out of them. So we're coming in here thinking that maybe we're better than what we really are. And the Chiefs start exposing us. And before you know it, the Ravens kind of lose their confidence. They lose confidence. Few teams in my career as a Ravens fan, over 20 years by the way, that make Ravens lose confidence. Few teams in my career, I watched the Ravens lost their confidence. Ravens defense absolutely look like they don't have no confidence whenever they play these motherfuckers. The Chiefs are one of those last few years, since Mahomes been there. To be honest, the Chiefs has always been a thorn in our side. People, real Ravens fans know, even when they had Chris Holmes, Tony Gonzalez, and I forgot who the quarterback was at the time, those motherfuckers were always beating the shit out of us. Even back then, they were a problem. So people can make it look like it's Mahomes that's giving us a problem. I think the Chiefs was one of the few franchises in the NFL that actually have a winning record against us over the years in our matchups. So those guys they've always had offense. That's one thing the Chiefs have always had. They've always had good skill players that really present it fits for opposing defenses. Even as defenses as skilled, as good, as talented, as aggressive as the Baltimore defense, historic Baltimore defenses. We've always struggled with these Chiefs teams because their offenses have always been good. They've always had good offensive skill and offensive play callers. And that shit makes it tough, man. When you have good players and and coaches that put them in good spot, it's tough. It's tough, man. It's tough to stop a team like that. The Chiefs are basically becoming like, I saw somebody on YouTube, one of the guys I love to watch the reaction. His name is Chris. I think he's like a Cowboy fan. I love watching his reaction videos. I watch it all the time. But one of the things he said that I absolutely agree with is that when you play against the Chiefs, it's like playing against the Golden State Warriors in their peak. I thought that's basically the best description I've heard about the Chiefs ever. That's literally what they are. No matter how good you play during that game, the Warriors are going to have their run. And most of the time, that run is enough to sink most teams because most teams stop playing after they hit them with that run. And that's the difference yesterday. The Chiefs are the type of team, no matter how well your defense played throughout a game, they will have moments where they just absolutely go up and down the field on your ass. The difference, you got to keep playing. You got to keep playing, man. With these guys, you cannot stop playing because those runs usually keep teams from playing. And that's how they beat teams. They don't beat them all day long up and down. No, they usually have spurts. And when they hit them with those spurts, teams can recover. Most teams just fade away after that. But the Ravens yesterday have this motto called Don't Flinch. And I fucking love it. They should have that motto and whenever they play against these guys. Don't flinch. That's how the Buccaneers beat these guys in the Super Bowl and crush them. You can't flinch when you play against Mahomes. Most guys, they think, it's Mahomes. And they fuck up mentally before even the game starts. You already lost. You can't think like that. He's going to make his plays, bro. The guy has the greatest arm I've ever seen, bro. The dude made a ridiculous throw yesterday to beat Marlon Humphrey. Late over the middle. Shit that Justin Lamar can't do. That kid did it and got away with it. With Marlon Humphrey as a defender. So, the guy is trusting his right arm. I've never seen a dude that trusts their right arm more than that dude trusts his right arm. I don't even trust my penis as much as Patrick Mahomes trusts his right arm. That dude would make any throw at any time. He trusts his right arm extremely high. Again, I don't even trust my penis to be obedient as much as this guy thinks his arm always will do exactly what he thinks. And what's crazy? It usually does exactly what that boy, whatever he's thinking in his head, his arm does it. And it's just amazing to see, bro. Even as an opposing fan, I love watching Patrick Mahomes play, bro. The guy can spin it. I love a spinner. Damn. My friends used to tell me, man, I was watching Dan Marino play. It was just beautiful watching him do that can spin it. Watching Mahomes, it must be like that for us. I'm sure that's how my parents used to feel. Just a guy who's just so supremely talented with the right arm, slinging it. But anyway, guys, that's my reaction to this game, man. Good win. We got the Lions next. The Lions play on Monday night. I'm going to watch this game very closely just to see how. Because week one, I feel like they looked bad early. But then they came back on the Rams. And they probably could have won that game, to be honest with you. They played well week one. It might not have looked so early in that game against the Rams. Because Rams were up by like 15, 20 points. Heading to like the third quarter. But then the Lions kept fighting. So that's encouraging signs, because that's not the type of Lions teams I've seen the last few years, to be honest. They've been quitters. So, good to see them fighting. In the NFL, you got to fight, man, because things ain't going to always go your way, bro. Teams going to win, the teams that can withstand all that and fight and force the momentum on their side. Sometimes you got to keep playing until shit happen, bro. So, the Lions play tonight. I'm really going to watch this game tonight to see how they do against the Packers. The Packers coming up for loss. The Lions coming up for loss. So it's going to be a bloodbath. I can't wait to see it. But it's going to tell us a lot about what kind of Lions team's going to show up in week 3 against us. But it's a win we had to get this Sunday. We couldn't afford to go 0-2. The AFC is too loaded. I really think teams, the parity in the NFL have shown out so far, the other parts this first 2 weeks. Outstanding football games. What are you doing? Outstanding football games by everyone. Like, what are you doing? outstanding football games by everyone. So it's like, fucking idiot in front of me over here driving like an idiot. Screaming like he's standing there. But outstanding football games by the league so far, man. A bunch of good games, man. Like competitive ass games. The only game I see it's been a blowout the first 2 weeks is that fucking Bills and Dolphins game when Dolphins fans always talking about Tua. What happened when he got benched, huh? You motherfuckers couldn't even move the football. Man, Tips gotta be careful, man, what you wish for, man. If you have a good young quarterback, cheer him on, man. Support him. Give him confidence. But a lot of this fan bases, they spend more time tearing down the young QBs than build them up. One thing Baltimore, man, we don't tear down Lamar. The media does it, but Ravens fans don't tear Lamar down, man. We stick together when it comes to Lamar. And to see Lamar finally get that monkey off his back against Patrick Mahomes is wonderful. Don't be surprised if this the win that gave Lamar his first Super Bowl. Like, y'all don't understand what kind of win like this would do to a young nigga like Lamar. Lamar's an emotional kid that plays with his emotions. Win like this could just make Lamar feel like, man, nobody can stop me. If Lamar has that mentality, there's nobody in this league that can physically go out there and play like nobody can stop him, like Lamar. Physically, all right? So I cannot wait for that. Outstanding football game, guys. 1-on-1. Let's move on to week 3. Shout out to the Ravens, man. You guys made me literally brightened up my weekend. I wasn't having that good of a weekend. Maryland won too, so that's another bright side of my weekend. But to see fucking my Ravens came and win, because you know what I'm saying, it's a massively game. We had to get it. We finally beat these fuckers. Mahomes' first loss in September and his first INT in September. Like, so many things that we destroyed, so many myths about that fucker we destroyed, that it's gonna hurt Mahomes in the bigger picture. That loss last night, and it might not even help Lamar because the media is still gonna talk shit. But at least Lamar, in his mind, it's gonna help him a lot mentally. In his mental, he's gonna feel like nobody else in this league got me, and that could be the difference between us losing again in the playoffs and getting over the hump. It's Lamar just feeling like nobody can stop me. Now he knows it. It's always feel it, but now he knows. Like, I beat this motherfucker with 15 guys on IR. With every reason for them to win, and they still didn't win because I threw 2 early picks. That's the type of shit that can make a kid go. A Superman like Lamar, start flexing his superpowers. But again, shout out to the Ravens, great win. Great shout out to the defense for coming up clutch. Shout out to Odaf Owe, what a fucking play. I think we just find ourselves the next to Red Sox, maybe even better, because this kid make big time plays. Both the first 2 weeks, both games, he's made big time plays. So can't wait to see what he does going forward. I hope he stays healthy. Man, right now we can't afford any more big-time injuries. Let's hope our guys stay healthy because I like this roster. I like the fight in this team. Let's keep building. Let's keep stacking, guys. Go motherfucking Ravens, yo.